Okay, today we start our second lecture of the fuel, in which first lecture we study the definition and classification of fuel. Today we studying the calorific value units of heat, or higher calorific value, lower calorific value, and the comparison between solid, liquid, gaseous fuels, and the some types or some examples of solid fuels. Okay, we start our lecture. The calorific value. The calorific value is the total quantity of heat or liberated when a unit mass or volume of the fuel is burned completely. Okay, this is the definition of the calorific value. The unit used to measure the calorific value are the calorie, in which calorie is the amount of heat required to rise the temperature of 1 gram of water through 1 degree centigrade. In kilocalorie, we change the one quantity, that is the uh, this is the unit of metric system, and it is measured by the quantity of heat required to rise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water through 1 degree centigrade. In calorie, we take the 1 gram of water, and in kilocalorie, we take the 1 kilogram of water. So the conversion between 1 kilocalorie and calorie is the 1 kilocalorie is equal to 1000 calorie. Okay. Third unit of third unit for measuring calorific value is the British thermal unit. The quantity of heat required to rise the temperature of 1 pound of water through 1 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, the conversion between British thermal unit to calorific value, a calorie and kilocalorie, is 1 British thermal unit is equal to 252 calorie, or 0.252 kilocalorie. Okay, fourth unit of heat of measuring calorific value is the centigrade heat unit, in which the quantity of heat required to rise the temperature of 1 pound of water through 1 degree centigrade, and the conversion between centigrade heat unit and kilocalorie is 1 kilocalorie is equal to 3.968 British thermal unit, or is equal to 2.2 kilo centigrade heat unit. Okay, these are the four units of heat measuring calorific value. Second point is the higher or gross calorific value. The higher or gross calorific value is the total amount of heat produced when unit mass or volume of the fuel has burned completely and the products of the combustion have been cooled at room temperature. This is the definition of the higher or gross calorific value. Second one is the lower or net calorific value. The net heat produced when unit mass or volume of the fuel is burned completely and the products are permitted to escape. Okay. Lower calorific value can be measured or calculated by higher calorific value or gross calorific value minus latent heat of water vapor formed. Okay. The conversion between kilocalorie per kilogram to British thermal unit is 1 kilocalorie per kilogram is equal to 1.8 British thermal unit, and it uh, 1 British thermal unit per feet cube is equal to 9.3 kilocalorie per meter cube. Okay, here is the comparison between solid, liquid, and gaseous fuel. Solid fuel. The advantage of solid fuels are they are easy to transport, convenient to store without risk of spontaneous explosion. Third one is their cost of production is low and they possess moderate ignition temperature. The solid fuel contains some disadvantage. They are they their ash content is high. Large proportion of heat is wasted during the combustion. They burn with clinker formation. They The combustion operations cannot be controlled easily, their cost of handling is high, the calorific value is lower as compared to liquid fuels or gaseous fuel they require large excess of air for complete combustion, and they cannot be used for internal combustion engine or engine fuel. Okay, liquid fuel have some advantage. They possess high calorific value as compared more than solid fuels. Okay, it cannot form dust ash or clinker. Their firing is easier and also can be extinguished easily by stopping the liquid fuel supply. Easy to transport through pipes, they can be stored independently without any loss. The flame produced by burning liquid fuels can be controlled by adjusting the fuel supply. Liquid fuels are generally handled by pipes, and one man can easily regulate a large number of burners simultaneously. They are clean in use and economic in labor. Loss of heat to chimney is very low due to great cleanliness. They require less excess of air for complete combustion. They require less furnace space for combustion. There is no wear and tear grates bars, and they used as an internal combustion engine, or they are the internal combustion fuels. These are the some advantage of liquid fuels. Okay, we discuss the disadvantage of liquid fuels now. Okay, the disadvantage of liquid fuels are the cost of liquid fuel is relatively much higher than solid fuels. Costly special storage tanks are required for storing liquid fuels. There is a great risk of fire hazard. Okay, give bad odor when it burns. For efficient burning of liquid fuels, construction burners and spraying apparatus are required. Choking of sprayers is a drawback of oil firing. These are the some disadvantage of liquid fuels. Now we study the gaseous fuel, and their advantage are they can be controlled easily through a pipeline to the actual place of need, thereby eliminating manual labor and in transportation. They can be ignited at moment's notice. They have high heat content and hence help us in having higher temperature. They can be preheated by the heat of hot waste gases, therefore affording economic in heat. Their combustion can be readily be controlled for changing in demand like oxidizing or reducing atmosphere. They burn without any soot or smoke and are ashless, so they are economic. They are clean in use, they do not require any special burner. They can be produced by using even the poorest quality of coal. They burn without heat loss. They burn they burn in slight excess of air supply. They are free from solid and liquid impurities. Complete combustion without pollution is possible. They have high calorific value as compared to solid or liquid fuels. They can also be used as internal combustion engine fuels. Here is some disadvantage of gaseous fuel, and they are very large storage tanks are needed for them. They are highly inflammable, so chances of fire hazards are high in their use as compared to solid and liquid fuels. They are more costly as compared to solid and liquid fuels. These are the some disadvantage of gaseous fuels. Okay, we study the comparison between solid, liquid, and gaseous fuels. Now we study the some solid fuels. That one of them is wood. Wood is the solid fuel. The freshly cutted wood contain 50 near about 25 to 50% moisture content, and for complete burning or characteristics of good fuel is it contain low moisture content, but freshly cutted wood have 25 to 50% moisture. So for dry after drying, their moisture content will be lower. So the wood is air dried and it reduces the moisture content up to 50%. After air drying, it contains carbon near about 55%, hydrogen 6%, oxygen 43%, and ash 1%, and it contains calorific value near about 3500 to 4500 kilocalorie per kilogram. Okay. Second solid fuel is coal, and it is a highly carbonous matter that has been formed, which is formed as a result of alteration. Alteration means change or badal in Marathi of vegetable matter under certain favorable condition. In favorable condition, the change or alteration of vegetable matter occur and it produce coal, and it is the in coal the constituents are carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and also it contains non-combustible inorganic matter. Okay, here we stop. Thank you.